Win Some, Lose Some is presented by BetRivers, your hometown sportsbook. Check out their daily specials at BetRivers.com.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
We'll get to hockey later in the week, too, but the Knights lost again. They're in last place. Goal in the first 10 at home. Islanders pumped one in 2 minutes in, shut them out. Every Knights home game. I think every game so far this season there's been a goal in the first 10 with the Knights.
Played in.
But definitely
Sounds
at
right.
home. Illinois money line 13-1. Cash it. That was it was like a car crash, wasn't it? With the 9 overtimes with the who knew it was so hard to score from the 3-yard line?
See, I found it fascinating because I'm completely obsessed with 2-point conversions.
Yeah, right.
Right? And the lack of imagination that we normally get. And it was plentiful. And I also like the 2-point conversions better than the old overtime, so I'm okay with it.
It's just hilarious that a guy who loves to run the ball in Bielema wouldn't think in the overtime to run the ball when he's got 350 rushing on the day.
Yes.
Let's pass, huh? Right. Rice money line 12-1. Kenny just talked about it. They somehow beat UAB. They were 24-point dogs. New Mexico money line 8-1. They were a 20-point dog. They beat Wyoming 14-3. Chase, most receiving yards, paid 12-1. Burrow, most passing yards, 12-1. Lonzo Ball, triple-double Friday, 70-1 against his former team. There you go, Bulls, 3-0. Yeah. Good story. Packers and Cardinals square off Thursday. Can't wait. 6-1 ATS, respectively. And it happened again in the UFC. Dawson, Glenn fight, draw, 80-1. There's been a ton of draws since the restart, and these are big. Of course they're big payouts. I mean, crazy stuff has to happen. 10-8 round, someone has to grab a fence, crazy stuff.
Okay, when you say a crazy amount, if you want to go back to like last summer.
I thought it was like a 4 out of 10 run card, 4 cards out of 10. It happened 4 times out of 10 cards, something like that.
Now, this is a guess, but I will guess that we've had probably about a dozen going back the last
You think it's that many?
16 months.
It's up there. Rodriguez by knockout 5-1. To win in round 2, 8-1. Molina, knockout 5-1. Round 2, 9-1. Caceres by submission 10-1. And to win in round 2, 8-1. To the videos, as always, subscribe, be part of the team. VSiN.com, our radio and podcast peep as well. Good dog videos. We haven't forgot about the CFL. It's at the CFL game over the weekend. Look at the frisbee toss. 90 yards, the head start, and the little guy tracks it down at the 10. Touchdown. He's got it. Look at the speed. Look at that.
First of all, how the hell do you throw a frisbee that far?
Right. Great toss, but a better reception there by the dog. That was awesome. Great job there. Number 2, the vacuum. The German Shepherd's freaked out. He knows he's a smart dog. Look at this. Like, guy's attacking himself. Like, look at the other dog. He's like, okay, I could care less about you. All right? I mean, I know you feed me, but that's, the guy's doing the same thing where the vacuum attacks me and the dog doesn't move. This was during the, this was great. Last week, the Blue Jays had their exit interviews, and this was the GM, Shapiro, who's talking. Look, he's meeting with the media. About, we had a good season, bright future, young stars, and the dog's got his head up above the table, and the dog's behind him going for a walk, wagging the tail.
There he is again.
Right, look at him. Peekaboo with the dog. That's great. Lose some. Football team, now 1-6 ATS. I can't believe it. It's astonishing. 6 drives inside the Green Bay 25. It's 3 points. 3. Jets 1-5 ATS. Clemson 0-7 ATS. KC, Tennessee over 56 up to 59. 3 points out of the Chiefs. 5 completions for 41 yards from Mahomes in the first half.
I mean, if they played that game 10 times,
yeah.
How often are we going to get that result?
And then they combined for 3 points in the second half.
But the second half total was 28.5.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And you could see
the Chiefs were laying 7.5.
And the Chiefs had nothing, right? And they were banged up the way it looked. And this is like, okay, the Titans have the ball. They're going to melt the clock the entire time.
I did lay 7.5. I thought, well, look at something here. And then they're at the 5-yard line and they fumble to cover the second half.
They're really bad.
Sunday night under 44.5 down to 41.5. No good. Eagles plus 3.5 down to pick. Look at that move. Lost by double digits to the Raiders.
Do we know why, by the way, again, trying to figure that out? Why'd people fall in love with Philadelphia so much?
Yeah, there are a lot of people who think they're good.
Can I give you a good tweet on this real quick?
Or maybe, I don't know, it was anti-Raiders. I don't know.
This is from CKP22 on Sports, big Philly fan.
Uh-huh.
Points out, all you guys killed Wentz. Had his first bad season in 2020. Well, I think it's been more than one bad season.
No, stop it.
Yeah, it was actually one really good season that he had. Maybe a little bit more. Because you were all in on Jalen Hurts. No comparison between these two. Wentz is a former MVP. Needed some time to find himself. Hurts is a backup. Wentz is playing well. And they have this deep ball figured out with the pass interference, by the way, the Colts do.
Just stop and let the guy run into you. Or yeah, good point. Tennessee from 29 down to 24.5. BYU open pick. Rolovich, the coach, and 4 other assistants fired. Went up to 4, beat Washington State by 2. Hawaii, the get-out game, from 14 up to 19.5. There's always shenanigans with Hawaii home games. It fell 14.
Yes.
Wyoming, 17 up to 20. Couldn't even win. NC State and under. +2 went out for 4-point choice. And 61 bet down to 54.5. Lost to Miami, 31-30. UAB, 19 up to 24. Got beat. UCLA, +2 went off. Did you see Bill Walton? What a national treasure.
I actually...
They went through all the games. BYU, Washington State, who do you like? Cougars. Give me Washington. I was doing Cincinnati from 24 up to 30. Won by 7. What if you bet the Wake Forest game under 54? 70 to 56, Wake Forest. Third quarter, the in-play was 101.5. 600 and some yards of off. They just had 600 yards. Army had 400 yards rushing. Can't get there. TCU from 2 up to 5. They got beat. Penn State, 17 up to 24.5. Lost outright. Boston College and over from 9 down to 4. And 54 up to 57.5. Louisville beat them 28-14.
Plenty of steam on BC.
Western Kentucky, Florida International over. 72.5 up to 78. 34-19. Central Michigan, Northern Illinois under. 61 down to 56. Not even close. 39-38. Notre Dame, USC over. 53 up to 60. 31-16. Bad for the books Friday night. Middle Tennessee from 12 up to 15. Routed UConn. Toledo from 4 down to 1. Thumped Western Michigan. Notre Dame from 4 up to 7.5. No problem against USC. Michigan 19 up to 23.5. 33-7. Illinois, Penn State under. 49 down to 45.5. 20-18 in 9 overtimes. Houston, East Carolina under. 62.5 down to 56. 31-24. North Texas Liberty under. 66.5 down to 60. 35-26. This one got me because it was Atlanta. Well, the look-ahead line, Atlanta was getting 2.5. Then an open, again, pick. Got up to 2.5 and closed 1.5, and they won by 2. Giants under 45 down to 43. An abomination by the Panthers, 25-3. Arizona, 17 up to 20. They won 31-5. Couple of bad beats. Fresno State laying 3.5. Nevada was at their own 10 with 53 seconds. They scored. Wow. They went 90 yards in 50 seconds. They didn't get the 2. No overtime, but they lose by 2.
How can you allow that to happen?
I don't know. I was watching, but what are you guys doing?
In a one-score game.
Give it. It was like Dan Campbell's defense. Go ahead. Take it. Just take whatever you want. Tampa, Chicago over 47. 35-3 at the half. 3 points in the second half. Are you kidding me? 6 straight unders for the Bears. Ottawa on Saturday led the Rangers 2-0 at home with 5 minutes left. They lost. I told you, Gallant. I think the Rangers are 4-1.
They are.
That Gallant is something. There you go. Win some, lose some. And where's my email? Did I lose that? Got a good email. Damn it. Here it is. This is from Justin in Canada. Had the show recorded. Just heard Paul speaking about Huskies during the dog videos. I was mentioning our friend Tony with the Husky eats abandonment issues. I have a female Siberian. Can't leave her home alone. Doesn't chew anything, but as soon as I close the door, you think she's dying. The sounds that come out of her mouth are horrifying. My neighbors think I beat my dog. I don't have kids, but I need a babysitter when I go to work. Can't ask for a better dog, but the abandonment issues. Yeah, you see that in Huskies. Win some, lose some, presented by BetRivers, your hometown book. Where'd I put it? I love $250 match, 100% first deposit match bonus now with code 250 match. Must be 21, not valid in all areas.